Hello and welcome to Lydia Hawk Designs. Follow along with me in this step-by-step polymer clay pancake tutorial using UV resin. I recently became addicted to making clay miniatures while also coming across creators using UV resin in their crafts. But I was also seeing some confusion about baking the resin and using protective gear when handling resin, so this tutorial covers the whole process. We start by making and completely baking our clay. For pancakes, I used beige for the dough. Because my first set of pancakes were a little too flat, I wanted to fluff them up, but keep them the same relative size. So I stamped out a slightly larger size than I wanted, rolled them into a ball, and then pressed them flat to control the thickness, making sure the edges were slightly thinner than the middle. I then brushed them with chalk, layering the colors from light yellow to beige to brown. I then added liquid Sculpey to each pancake. I mixed yellow with a bit of white to get this little pat of butter, and then I baked them according to the clay instructions, which can vary based upon the type of polymer clay you use. And though I'm not showing it, I always use a thermometer to get the correct temperature, and a toaster oven I use just for polymer clay. The polymer clay I use is food safe, but if you burn it, you have to clean your oven thoroughly before you cook food in it. I also cover my clay with foil as an extra measure to make sure they don't burn. Once baked, I let them cool completely. I've used two-part resins in the past, and it's tedious and toxic, and so is UV resin, but the cure time is way shorter. Approximately 3 minutes according to the instructions on the Kisril resin I purchased through Amazon. I was surprised the packaging didn't mention wearing gloves, protective eyewear, and a mask or respirator, but I have these things on hand so I was able to grab them. According to even a quick search on Google, UV resin is toxic, which is why you should always wear protective gear and work with it in a well-ventilated environment. And never bake resin in the oven, even if it is fully cured. These pancakes are fully baked before I use the resin last. All in all, it was fun, and I'm excited to continue using UV resin in my polymer clay projects, though I will be using a glaze instead of resin when I am able. Thank you for watching. If you have questions or if there are other tutorials you would like to see, let me know in the comments.